Hey guys, I am Katrina Anderson and I am the Star Director for Empowering Sense Group. I posted a quick little intro earlier this morning. I hope everybody had a great Saturday. So I like to do these lives a little bit earlier in the day, but it's the weekend, so I hope everybody had a good weekend. I get to talk to you guys about what happens when you first promote to director. So when you guys pop on, say, hey, tell me where you're from. If you're watching the replay, I despise #replay. So I would rather, instead of you saying #replay, if you're watching the replay, to just tag someone who you think would benefit from watching this, or tell me what you got from it. You don't have to do #replay. I don't need the extra comment. I would rather know if you got something useful from this, okay? So, first and foremost, what happens when you promote to director? You celebrate. It is so exciting when you promote to director. It's such a big deal. I don't know why we have put like this hype around being a director, but there is hype around being a director. So first and foremost, congratulate yourself, go celebrate, go do something for you to celebrate you, okay? And if you are a director already and you're watching this maybe as a refresher, tell me in the comments, what did you do to celebrate when you promoted to director, okay? The biggest thing that I want you to know, and someone already had this topic, so I'm not going to touch too much on it. Please don't compare yourself to anyone, okay? When you hit director, you get added to different groups and you start paying attention to other leadership, and you start to pay attention to other directors and what they're doing. Please know that you should not compare yourself. Don't think that you need to go do all the things that you see these other directors doing. You don't need to do these elaborate recognition things and these elaborate get-togethers and retreats and things. The people that are doing those things didn't just promote to director like you did. So when you promote at first, you're going to want to do all the things. You're going to want to do all the things like, oh, I can do that. I can do that. You're going to get burnout so quick. And I don't want anyone to ever be burnout. So don't think that you have to do all the things because everyone else is doing them. You will figure out what works for you. Okay. So on the first of the month, after you promote, just like any other promotion, it's not going to say director. So don't freak out. Don't create a chat ticket, go to your director, your sponsor, and freak out and go, oh my gosh, did I not make it? Just like any other promotion, it's not going to be reflected on your workstation until commissions run. Okay. So don't freak out. All right. When you do promote to director, your sponsor or your director, whoever, someone in your upline, should add you to the official Scentsy Director page, Facebook page group on Facebook, and also the What Did You Share page. I love the What Did You Share page. The official director page is for getting direct information from home office. They do share stuff in there with directors. I love that. But the What Did You Share page is a phenomenal resource just for things on how other directors and above are sharing things with their team. Okay, it's purely like a how are you working page for directors and above. Okay, there's directors, star directors, and superstar directors in that group, and it is phenomenal. Shout out to that group. You might also be added to your upline's director group. Some of your uplines might have director groups, so you might be added to one of those too. So just know that those groups are there for you to utilize. That you are not the first person to promote, and questions that you have been asked before. And there is so much vital and useful information in all of those groups for you. So please, please, please utilize them, okay? There's a few things that you might want to start doing if you haven't already, okay? I see a lot of my people on this right now. I feel like you guys are already doing this. But if you're not doing this, by all means, do not think that you need to do all of these things right away. But these are just some tips and some things that you might want to consider doing. You don't have to do them. It's just something that you might want to consider doing, okay? So team recognition of some kind, whether it's emails or PRV cards, texts, shout out posts on your personal page, on your team page, things like that. Some sort of make sure you are recognizing your people. You are a director now. You should be shouting your people out, not your upline, okay? That's on you. You should be shouting your people out, okay? Team meetings. I know this one scares people. Your team meetings do not need to be this crazy training that is well thought out and needs to be like, a different topic every month. It's cool if you do that. That's great. But honestly, talk to some of the big SSDs in this company that have been doing this for like 10 years since the beginning, the OG SSDs, and they will all tell you that their team meetings all started out with just talking about how they're working. Just getting on, and sometimes your people just get on just face-to-face Zoom, and they just need to see your face. It's a way to connect. If you are fortunate enough to have a good chunk of your team local to you, go do something together. Go out to meet for drinks, go out and do some sort of team building. Go out to dinner, go out to lunch, take all of your kids to the park. It doesn't need to be formal or anything like that. Just get in the habit of once a month meeting with your whole team, and just get in the habit of doing that. And then it will slowly build from there. It doesn't need to be anything crazy, I promise. Okay? Don't overcomplicate stuff. Your own team page. So, work with your director on making a smooth transition. Okay? Don't just up and decide, oh, Katrina said I need a team page. I'm just going to pull all my people out of my director's page and I'm going to go make a team page. Work with your director. Find out how to have a smooth transition with that, okay? Start your own YouTube training channel. And I know that one scares people because I know lots of directors that don't have a YouTube channel, but I will tell you this. As your team grows, you're going to start being asked the same questions over and over again. Not stupid questions, but just the same questions over and over again. And it's a great way to have replicatable content to answer those questions. To have it just to be able to refer people to your YouTube page. Like, hey, look, I have this. Anytime you go live, talking about anything with your team, a Facebook Live, put it on your YouTube channel. Someone is going to find valuable content in that. It doesn't need to be well put together. Go look at my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel, they're not all like the best trainings. I mean, I don't think any of them are the best trainings, but you can see like in the beginning, I was more concerned with like making sure my hair was done and I had makeup on and stuff and like following a script and like making sure I said the right things. Now, some of the best trainings that I've done, I've been told like, oh my God, that was so good, were ones that I was literally just went on a Facebook Live with my team and was just talking to them, okay? Just being authentic. So consider just going through your phone and finding old videos and putting them up on your YouTube, okay? Coaching and working one-on-one with your frontline and your downline, okay? If it's not something that you're already doing, that is something that you might want to consider starting to do, okay? And again, if you don't know what you're doing, ask your director. It's not like you hit director and you are left on your own, okay? And if you can't ask your director, your sponsor, for whatever reason, because listen, we all know that there's whatever, that's what those pages are for. The official director page, the what did you share page, the leadership pages that are there for you to ask those types of questions, okay? Reports to pull. You should be pulling reports already as a lead consultant or star or superstar. But if you're not, this is a great time to start. These are just some of the reports that I have saved. That's a completely different training on how to make a saved report, but active. It just makes shout outs way easier. have a report already done for active. 500, know who already has their leadership numbers, or know who has leadership numbers and like, hey, did you know, like, you're pulling leadership numbers? Have you ever thought about sponsoring? Just opens those conversations with your frontline and your downline, okay? GWV, just to see quickly who's close to being paid at title. Active frontline, again, just something to recognize. Growing your frontline is huge with growing a big business. Top sponsors, who's your recruiting rock star on your team? It's just a quick report to pull to see. Potential promotions, my upline superstar director, Chloe Cox and Justin Cox, they actually did a phenomenal training. I will link it after this on potential promotions, and I will make a post with all of the parameters on that. It is amazing. It takes a little bit to make these saved reports with the parameters, but once you have them saved, to be able to just click and see who's on track for lead, who's on track for star, for superstar, who's on track for director. They're great to have as a director, okay? Will cancel and will terminate. Check this on the first of every single month and reach out to these people one-on-one. Hey, did you know? Like, yes, Scentsy sends them an email. Yes, it's on the banner of their workstation. But guess what? If they don't sign into their workstation, they don't see that. So just reach out to these people one-on-one, whether you know them personally or not, and go, hey, it's the first of the month. If you're wanting to get active so you don't lose your downline, I would love to help you. If you're wanting to get active so you don't lose the ability to get your discount, I would love to help you. It's just something short and sweet and simple, just like that. It does not need to be overcomplicated. That is the biggest thing. Don't overcomplicate anything, okay? It's so easy to be overwhelmed as a director, and it will happen. You have to understand that. It will. I have not met a director yet who could say that they've never been overwhelmed as a director. It will happen. So I'm hoping that these little tips will help, at least in these areas, help you not be overwhelmed, okay? There are 2 things on your workstation that I'm just going to tell you, and I will link them after this in a separate post. But I'm not going to dig into them because Scentsy did such a phenomenal job with them. It is the new director guide on the workstation in the training tab. They have a new director guide. It says new directors right on it. You click on it and it gives you a whole thing, okay? The compliance guide, chapter 6, leadership standards. There are certain things that once you hit director that you are required to do for your team, okay? They're leadership standards. Those are all laid out in there. Again, I'm not going to get into those because Scentsy did a phenomenal job with that. And I don't really, honestly, I don't want to botch anything. So here's my favorite part. And the one thing that everybody gets super excited about, the perks. What are the perks? The perks of being a director, right? There are perks. But, let me just get into it. Monthly leadership training calls with home office. That's pretty cool. I used to think that was pretty neat. That like these are training calls that are offered to you. I'm sorry, I said monthly. They're weekly. It's every Monday, and we get the links. You get emailed the links for them every Monday, and it is for directors and above. Okay. Director support, when you call consultant support, it gets funneled into a separate line for directors and above. Director support, so that's pretty cool. Leadership events and training, especially prior to SFR. That is always fun. Always, always, always fun. Director boot camp, another amazing program where you get to go to home office, okay? Again, just for directors. Leadership retreat, that is like the big trip that is only it is a leadership retreat, okay? So for directors and above. Then we also have the director consistency bonuses. This one is probably my favorite because you have a 3-month consistency and you have a 6-month consistency. The thing that is really cool about this and why I always make sure that my directors hit these things is because the month that you promote is already month 1. They count that month. How cool is that? The month that you promote, that is month 1. So you only need to do 2 more months of hitting your director numbers and active frontline, all the minimum requirements. And for 3 months, you get free SFR registration. Hello, I want to save $300. That's on average about how much it is for SFR registration. Now, when you hit 6 months consistency, so go 3 more months after that. It's not 3 months and then 6 months on top of it. It's 3 months and then 3 more months. So 6 months total. You get free SFR leadership registration and really awesome luggage set. It's a 3-piece set. It's gray. It's really cute. It's like the purple set, except it's gray. And it's 3 pieces, not 2. So I love it. I have the gray set and the purple set. Now, what happens if you get 3-month consistency and then on month 4, it's just a bad month and you don't hit it? That's fine. You do have to start all over, but as soon as you have 6 months in a row, whether it takes you 6 months to earn that or if it takes you 6 years to earn it, Scentsy still honors it. If you hit 6-month consistency, you're going to get those director bonuses, okay? The consistency bonuses. And then it really is one of the coolest things. The last perk, in my opinion, is the director gallery in the consultant store. We have a whole separate little tab in the consultant store that has stuff just for directors and above. And it's like team recognition stuff. Sometimes we get extra cool stuff in there. It's really neat that we have our own little section of the store. So the main thing that I want you guys to understand from all of this is when you promote, one, you need to be so excited and proud of yourself. Okay? Be so proud of yourself because you did something that not everybody can do. Okay? But you did do it. What got you promoted in the first place, that's what you need to keep doing. Okay? Slowly add in the little things, the mini habits that will build bigger systems for you. Don't try to do it all. Okay? Don't try to do it all. Find what works for you. Because at the end of the day, just because something works for me as a star director with almost 200 people in their group, that's not going to work for you who is a newly promoted director with a team of 30. Okay? I probably do way more extra stuff than what you need to do for your team of 30. Okay? And the same thing with what works for you might not work for someone else who's been a director for a year with their team of 100. Okay? So find what works for you. Know that it's okay. Know that it's okay to not do the same thing that everyone else is doing. Okay? You will find your own groove. All right? I hope you guys have a good night. I'm going to post some resources for you. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments and I will be more than happy to answer them. And congratulations. Seriously, it's a big deal. Be excited. Good night.